and welcome to episode 81, Checkpoint Chat, recording from the past, coming at you from the future.
You really don't give a gap anymore before you say hello.
Oh, were you not prepared?
Before, no, I was even making like noises into the mouth.
But like you normally you just go silent and you're like, I'm waiting. So you went silent and I was like, okay, cool, we're ready.
If you listen to this episode, go back to the beginning and let me know if you can hear the subtle hello.
I'll edit it out. Psh, how dare you?
No, it's like I was doing it and you sort of overlapped me. So
okay,
I don't know how you're going to edit that out.
We fucked. There's no way I can edit that out. What's up?
Oh my God. What's up? Summer. It's hot. We've got the doors open. So if you hear any...
Or just like birds or hardy-dars.
Yeah, I was telling Alessandro, well, I suppose not last week now because this is coming from the future. 2 weeks ago, the episode also recorded here. All I heard were my cat's bells in the background because they were so goddamn naughty.
I swear you just attuned to that.
He's like, I didn't hear a thing. I'm like, listen, the whole episode, I was like, holy shit.
It's because you hear them in your dreams.
Although
like
in my
when you
dreams,
sleep, they're busy fighting with the bells.
True. They get me up at 4 a.m. sometimes. It's wonderful. No, it's not.
Great.
It's not.
That's great.
Today they look chill though. Lupin's busy having a little nap on my left here. Luna's on the couch on my right, busy looking outside.
Luna's got
contemplating
the most,
life.
like, I don't know what the word is, like stuck-up look in her face.
Oh, yeah, she almost looks like she's upper class.
Yes, she's upper class.
She looks down.
Sure.
Have you seen how she walks? She walks with such attitude. I mean, just look, her tail, her tail like waves. You're like, damn, okay. See, I see your attitude. You want to get fed.
She's like, and you give her love, and she's like, I will allow it.
I will grant you this one wish, just this one time.
And Lupin to me is like if these cats were in the Industrial Revolution, he'd be the sort of like dirty factory worker.
He's the chimney sweep.
Yeah, he's the chimney sweep. He's happy. Like his life's hard, but he's happy.
He works hard, but
he's pretty chill with whatever happens to him, as long as he gets a beer at the end of the day.
As long as he gets a neck scratch.
Yeah. Next to me now.
He's wondering, he's like,
life.
Here you're talking about me. So this episode will fall when? This is just before the new year, I think.
So if we put...
Yes.
Yeah, it will literally
Monday.
be just before the new year.
In 3 days' time, it's 2020.
2 days.
Whatever, maths.
Because it's the Wednesday.
If people ask me what's going to happen next year, so I don't have 2020 vision.
Get out of here.
I wanted to
you can only make that joke this year and never again.
Never again, no.
Unless you live to like 21, 20. Oh, but then it's 21.
No, it's 12. What do I have? 21 vision.
Yeah, you can never make this joke again.
So I got to milk it as much as I can.
No,
hey, Luna. I don't know what's happening next year. I don't have 20 vision. Lupin, wait, don't go away. He's leaving.
He's like, I'm sick of this shit. Yeah. He's going to try to me soon and I just can't.
I've still got like a week, so don't you worry.
Oh my God. I can just imagine your Twitter. Well, by now we would have known if your Twitter was inundated with this dumb joke.
Not bad. I'll make it every day for the next week.
This is sort of like leaving a message to yourself for the future. You're like, I will make this joke.
I will. Hey, well, yeah.
You haven't watched Watchmen, have you?
No.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Do they make that joke as well?
They don't make that joke, but leaving yourself messages from the past for the future is a big part of that series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You should watch that series. That series is damn good. It's finished now.
I need to watch it. There's so much I need to watch. There's the Witcher series out now. There's the Mandalorian, which...
I would have probably watched The Witcher by the time people are listening to this.
We watched The Witcher.
Yeah, we watched The Witcher.
Man, apparently they use the word destiny a lot.
Yeah, that's all I'm hearing from people is like, if I hear Destiny one more fucking time.
Drink for every time you hear the word destiny. Oh, you're drunk in the first 5 minutes.
I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense because from the books, like, okay, so Destiny in The Witcher is a lot more than just like, oh, it's your destiny to be this guy. It's like a magical contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an actual contract.
It's very important to the story of Geralt and Ciri.
Yeah. So no wonder they use it a lot. But still, that's all I've seen. It's like, damn, they use the word destiny a lot. We also watched Star Wars.
That movie was good.
It's good.
I liked it a lot.
Look, I'm not going to say it doesn't have problems, but damn, it's a Star Wars movie.
It's stuffed to the brim.
It's really good.
It's a lot of stuff happens there, and there's a lot of shit that I don't particularly agree with, but
Yeah, it's. I think you put it best. It's like if you stop and think about it, then you're like, ooh, this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
So just don't think about it. Just
Yeah.
watch it. Like, ah, yes.
I think it's really intentional that the pace of that movie is so
It's
fast.
really
So you
fast.
don't think about what's happening.
I think it's like the first 10 or 15 minutes. I'm like, damn,
Yeah, a
there's
lot
a lot
happens,
going on.
yeah.
Like, is this pace going to be kept up the whole movie?
Even
And
in the fucking opening crawl, you read
Yeah.
it and you're like, what?
the first 3 paragraphs is like, oh.
I just shouted. I was like, what? Like that? Okay, cool.
It feels like there should be some filler movie. And I imagine
Yeah.
that with Disney Plus, maybe they'll. I know that the saga's ended now. That's fine. But I wouldn't be shocked if there's like comics or a mini series or something to flesh out some of the in between bits that old JJ couldn't stuff into his movie. He did a lot in that movie, though.
He did,
Jeez,
yeah.
like, there's a
Yeah.
lot.
I had a good conversation with someone last night about how they thought The Last Jedi now felt like this weird middle movie where nothing happened. And when you think about it, like Empire Strikes Back does the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Like
it's
there is no real progression beyond the relationship between Luke and Darth Vader. Like that movie is completely filler.
yeah. Well, I mean,
And-
stuff does happen. I suppose like Luke gets his training, but
But if you think about it,
in
that's
the grand-
exactly what happened with Rey.
Yeah.
Like she got her training and the bond between her and Ren was developed.
Yeah.
But nothing consequential happened. Which
yeah.
is like, yeah, that's
except planet gambling.
yeah, that gambling planet can
But if we want to talk about that movie, I
like that
when
movie
it
still.
comes to movies, I'm not that critical.
Mm.
I'm very easy to please. I'm like, ooh, it's pretty, it's cool. Oh, it made me laugh. Cool,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lightsaber battle. That's really nice. That movie though, when they're like, we need to, I can't remember the finer details, but it's like we need to go to this planet because I know a person, and they arrive on gambling planet. I'm like, this is so. Why is this
it
here
would have
even?
been
It's
so
just-
much better if they traded the space horses for
For
pod
pod
races.
racing.
It would have been 100% worth it just for that little like touch. Yeah.
Would have been nice.
But yeah, Rise of Skywalker was I enjoyed it a bunch.
It wrapped up
It
a
wrapped
lot,
up things
lot
at a
of
pace,
bits
yeah.
and pieces, and I really enjoyed it. So
And like, I don't think there would ever be a satisfactory conclusion to a 9-movie arc. Like, there would always be an issue.
you're never gonna please everyone. It's the reality.
I just thought like especially the last like hour, I was just like, man, it's just like punching holes in the air. It was just really fun. It was really
good.
fucking fun.
Punching
and
holes in
Kylo
the-
Ren had one of the best arcs.
Yeah,
this
it's-
entire trilogy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the characters.
Yeah.
Like all of them, I think they even from The Force Awakens when we saw that cast for the first time, it was all like nobodies
Yeah,
at the
new
time,
people. Yeah,
and they're all like really good at their roles.
yeah.
Yeah, I love Poe. So kind of funny. They've been reviewing all
The Star
Star Wars
Wars, yeah.
movies, and I haven't watched this latest trilogy since the last one, which was 2 years ago. Like I haven't even rewatched The Last Jedi. I've
okay.
literally seen it once. But what's the actor's name who plays Poe?
Oscar Isaac.
They say his character looks like. It doesn't matter who he's talking to. The sexual tension is just like incredible, and like I'd never really paid attention. But this movie, I was like, yeah, he wants to like sleep with whoever he's talking to. It's just there.
He's
so
a great.
funny.
I love him. Like,
But
as an
it's just
actor,
I think as an actor, he just comes across like he's very intense and he's very like purposeful. And it's yeah. So-
Have you watched Ex Machina yet?
no.
So it's Oscar Isaac. It's the fallen First Order General.
General Hux.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay.
And Alicia Vikander, who was the Tomb Raider.
Ah,
So
yes,
it's
yeah.
just them three, the whole movie, because it only
Okay.
takes place in one house, and it's a fantastic sci-fi movie.
Oh, that's cool.
Would 100% recommend.
We'll watch.
Yeah.
No.
really
Okay, but enough about Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Star Wars games are pretty good too.
Oh, do you
But
have
we're
any?
talking about a bunch of games today, because
So it's the end of the year, and we wrapping up with
yeah, we're
our
doing the
top
10,
top 10.
top 10.
No,
top 10 list.
I did the monumental task of ordering my list very quickly.
I did
so
not.
yeah, because you don't want to face that hard challenge.
Yeah,
You're like, no.
the decisions were too hard for me to bear.
God, my favorite is when we started. You're like, I can't even think of 10 games I played this year, and then you went through a list of all the games that came out this year, and you had like 20 by
Yeah,
then.
I was like, oh yeah, this came out. Oh
Like
yeah, this was
you
really good.
You
Oh, yeah.
review a lot of games. You've played plenty.
That's why I just forget. Like I
Yeah.
forget a bunch. Like it's not that they never made a lasting impression on me. It was just like I just, I play a lot,
Yeah. I think what I'm interested to hear though is on your top 10. So just to be clear, our top 10 isn't necessarily games that came out this year. Because like with me, I don't think I even played. Well, actually, this year I was a lot better than last. But when we did our top 10 last year, I'd probably played like 3 or 4 games that came out that year, and the rest were all like games from yesteryear. So like last year, my list had Hollow Knight, for example, which came out only the year before, The Witcher 3, which came out in 2015, and a whole lot of other games.
Yeah.
So it's the same this year. I think your list probably is top 10 from this year because you've
Yeah, it's
reviewed a
mostly
lot.
this year, yeah.
I have 1 or 2 exceptions, I think, or 3 that aren't from this year. But it's our show. We can do what we
Yeah,
want. So
fucking we make the rules, yeah.
we make
We're the parents in this relationship.
with the parents. Oh,
Yeah,
well, what
exactly.
I was getting at is that last year I think our lists were very similar, especially the top like 5.
Yeah, I think the top
A
5
lot
we had
of
almost
overlap.
identical, yeah.
Whereas this year I think we're going to be very different, especially because like I'm throwing in some old games and I haven't played nearly as much.
I think
as you
there's like
have.
1 or 2 that are on my list that you haven't played, but there's like I think like 3 or 4 that we will overlap with for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like the big games of the year. It's like, of course, we both played those.
Yeah. Do you have any special shout outs you want to give to games
Before like getting
before
to the list.
the actual nitty gritty?
So ones that didn't make my list that I thought were cool were Cadence of Hyrule, which is the Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, I could
Zelda
say I
thing.
played Crypt of the Necrodancer this year, and that is also not on my
Great
list, but
game.
really
What a
good
great
games.
Yeah. So that's there. Super Mario Maker 2 didn't make my list. I think that's on your list.
Right in Mario's back.
Yeah,
Take
it's
the
a-
knife out.
It's a good game, but I didn't play nearly enough to like really sink
but
my
that's
teeth into
fair.
it.
So it's the same as
It's a
like,
good game.
At,
Like,
at
I
the
really
moment, at the moment, I'm playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I think if I'd finish it, I'd probably make a spot for it on my list because I'm really enjoying it. But I'm only like 5 hours in, so it's excluded by default.
What was another one I cut? Oh, the Shovel Knight King of Cards expansion, which I just played, which is really fun.
That's
But
good.
not top 10.
Top 10.
And you got any honorable
I
mentions?
had also I wanted to put in Super Smash Bros. I know it came in. I played it a lot when it launched last year December and a bunch in January, and only now recently at work with things winding down we've started playing it again. It's a really good game, but
You're reminded how good it is.
oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, I wanted to make room for other.
Did you
games
buy
in
any
my
of the
top 10.
fighter packs?
I actually haven't. I don't know if I want any of them.
I just want Joker.
No, yeah, none of them. I don't really have an affinity for. I'm not like wow, Banjo Kazooie, my favorite.
Persona 5, you
Yeah,
heathen.
I am a heathen. Maybe next year's year. I need to play Persona 4 on my Vita.
What a game.
One day.
What a game. Yeah,
but
play that before you
the-
play 5. Yeah.
This year changed a lot of things. Where last year was really, so you've always been in the review scene, so you sort of get to play the latest greatest by default. But this year a lot of things changed where we actually connected with a lot of local distributors. So we got some review copies, and we game share on PlayStation, which
Yeah,
gave me
that's a game
access
changer,
to
yeah.
a lot of modern games. So
Which I'm happy about, yeah. Yeah.
so we'll see.
Games
But
are expensive, man.
so unless you want to buy some shit for the Epic Game Store.
Oh, yeah, right now. What a deal. What a deal.
I don't know. This is 2 weeks. We're recording today, but 2 weeks in the future, when you guys get to hear this, I don't know if it'll still be
What is the free
running.
game today?
Tower 4 Ascension,
Okay.
which I don't have, so I grabbed it. It's like,
It's a good game.
yes.
Towerfall. It's made by
It's Celeste Peeps.
yeah,
Yeah.
Matt Thorson. Yeah.
Yeah, but Epic Store, you can pick up Control and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for like
$20.
$10 each, which is
I
just
grabbed
like,
Borderlands
That's-
3.
you're a weak man.
I'm a weak man. But man,
Like-
I was just like, there's nothing else I'm going to buy. I have this $10 voucher.
Let's just
Because I
do
went
it.
through the whole catalog. I was like, there were a lot of things that I wanted to buy, but that weren't underneath, that were less than $15. So the voucher doesn't apply. So I was like,
They'll get there for us. That Epic Game Store, we somehow benefit like greatly. Which I'm not complaining
I'm
about.
not sure how. But yeah, should we dive into lists?
Mm-hmm.
So mine is in order. The only one that's ordered is my number 1. So I'm just going to go through from the bottom here. First one I'll chat about will be Death Stranding.
You're just saying, you're not numbering, yes, so you're doing Death Training. Okay.
Death Stranding.
Tell us why.
Good game. Good game.
Good
It's a
game.
game that I like viciously hated for the first like 10 to 15 hours.
Yep.
Because man, that game starts is incredibly slow, and I feel like it only really hits a stride after you finish like chapter 3.
Yeah,
That really
it
long
really
chapter.
is. Yeah.
Once you've left Port Knot.
I lost track of the names of the cities.
Yeah.
It's like it's not something.
Knot, Central Knot.
Edge
East
Knot.
Edge
Yeah.
Knot.
North
Knot.
Knot.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
But I think that game it's weird and messy and definitely not for everyone. But at the same time, there were parts of that game that were just like really, really cool.
Yeah, so I mean, let me look at my list. I
The
think
social stuff.
let me talk
was-
about it now quickly. Hang on, let me just find out what number I had it at. We'll skip it when I get there. But
Did you send it to yourself?
I did. My upper Death Stranding is number 6 on my top 10.
Oh wow, okay, pretty high.
Which actually ranked up higher than I thought it would be. And the fact that it's on my list to begin with is kind of incredible because as much as I love Kojima from his stuff he's done with Metal Gear Solid, and I love that franchise, this was a complete departure from everything he's done before. And all trailers we saw were like, this is weird. What is this game? And then as we got to see more gameplay and stuff, it was really the fact of you literally just delivering stuff this game.
Yeah, you are FedEx man.
You are future FedEx man. You have to balance your packages and walk across America. And that's the gameplay loop. However, when you play the game, it is a thing of you learn about the characters. The world that Kojima set up it's just
intricate,
really
yeah.
interesting. Like it's intricate and interesting, and that it's nothing I've ever seen before. And we live in a day and age where a lot of movies and games, their premises are rehashed from somewhere.
Yeah.
And like, granted, a post-apocalyptic world's not a new thing, but how it came about, I'm like, damn, that's really different.
Yeah.
I mean, the core premise essentially is that I suppose the world of the living and the dead have sort of like collided, and yeah, it's just very interesting. And the gameplay hook is, well, you need to rebuild America by delivering one package at a time.
Yeah.
And on paper, you're like, how did Kojima get his team on board? I don't know.
Imagine that pitch meeting.
It must have taken him such a long time. I mean, there would be people like, yes, he's Kojima, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I would have been in that meeting like, that sounds dumb.
That sounds fucking stupid.
Sorry,
why did we
really
quit our
dumb.
jobs at Konami?
Yeah.
What have we done?
And then you play the game, and then it's characters and it's little moments come to life. And yeah, the more, like you say, towards the end of the game, it really like just picks up, and holy shit, it really left an impression on me. Like, I still think about it, and we talk about it plenty.
Yeah, that's the thing. It left a really lasting impression on me, even if like I said, I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think that gameplay style will resonate with everyone.
That's the thing. It takes a good 10, 15 hours
you need
to
a
get
lot of
into the game.
investment. Yeah,
And I hate being that person, but this is 100% that game where I can't look you in the eye, random game, and say you should, recommend that you play this game. However, you should play this game. It's a weird thing.
it's like I understand that if your reaction to like, oh, it takes 10 hours to get good, fuck that. Like, 100% I get that. Like, I'm not going to bemoan you for that. But I will say that if you do stick it out, I think the payoff is worth
It's really
it.
good, yeah.
It's good. It's also not as complicated as the trailers made it sound. It's actually one of Kojima's more straightforward.
Yeah, if you I mean, even just the cutscenes, they over-explain things.
Yeah, they do. They have no faith in you understanding it without them explaining.
Which is fine. Like, I have no issue with that. And then if you really want to understand the story, all the emails and the logs, they explain everything.
Those emails are ridiculous with all the emotes in them and stuff like that.
Laxon, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's some dumb shit in that game. There's some
There is.
straight up
I'm
anime bullshit in that game.
there's... I'm not going to spoil it because I know people listening still haven't finished it.
But yeah, good game. I
Good
enjoyed it.
game. So what is your next game? You want me to go?
Oh shit. Okay, you can go.
Okay, let's go with
You
my
can go your number 10.
my number 10, which is Titanfall 2.
All right, yeah, because you played that this year.
So what I'm talking about, there are games I've played this year that came out. Like, when did Titanfall 2 come out? It was since then.
I remember you previewing Titanfall 2 at your first E3.
Yeah, I went. I actually remember that I went to the EA booth like the day before E3 or whatever it was. Remember they were separate from the main event. It was the first year they did that, I think.
Yes.
I went and I played, was it Battlefield 1 or 5? Probably 1, and then Titanfall 2. And I had no connection with the game because I'd never played Titanfall 1, but I came out the preview thinking, damn, this is going to be a good
I remember
good
you
game.
came out, you're like, man, the movement in this
That's
game
really,
is really
fun.
good. Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, you should play 1. It's fucking good.
And then I just never played Titanfall 2, despite
What a game.
every. But again, I'll put that down to
I mean, it's time.
EA sent that game out to die.
Yeah, they really
Came out between the Battlefield and Call of Duty, like literally smack in the middle of them. I'm like, why?
Yeah, EA
you
really
could have
did
launched
the
it
game no favors.
3 months later, maybe even delayed it to the next year, and that game I think would have had a much bigger impact.
Yeah.
But those who played it always said it was great. Even I have friends at the office who they loved the campaign and they played a lot of the multiplayer during its heyday. And this year it was on, I mean, it's been on special like plenty. It's like $50. And I finally played it and holy shit, what a game. Like it really is probably my favorite. Well, this is a very big statement, but my favorite shooter of the generation.
Yeah, it's
like
really
it just stands out. The movements, the shooting, everything's so tight. The story is it's 8 hours long. It's not convoluted
It's a great
in that.
length,
It's the perfect size.
And it's a nice like buddy cop movie. Almost.
Yeah, it's buddy cop. So you got your Titan BT and the dialogue and just the characters. I enjoyed them.
And I just found like a lot of the levels had really inventive hooks to them. Like I mean, by now I think it's fine to talk about like that level.
Oh yeah,
the time skipping level, which is just unbelievable.
My brother's playing the game. I hope you finish it by the time you listen.
It's
the time skip's really good.
That thing is one of the most inventive first person shooter levels I've ever
good.
played. It's really good.
I don't know how they would top that, but it's Respawn who've just done Apex and Star Wars. So Titanfall 3, hopefully that's their next title.
Respawn is doing some good things, and I hope they make a Titanfall 3.
They've got clout at EA. They've proven
really
that, hey, we make good games.
They made a good Star Wars. They've got 2 teams established now, so I assume they're working on a shooter of some kind aside, and there's already murmurings that they are working on a Fallen Order 2 because there's some job listings that suggest it. So, yeah, I mean, I finished Fallen Order, recently, and I think that game's really good, but I also think it could benefit from a sequel where they learn, because it was their first attempt at that style of game.
I'm only a few hours in, and you and I have spoken about how the game tries to emulate. So, for example, the combat does emulate Sekiro, let's say.
Which is hilarious because they had no way of knowing.
They had no way of knowing. So it emulates it, but it doesn't. It's not quite Sekiro.
Yeah.
It feels a bit floaty. It's a bit off. The platforming, holy shit! It tries to emulate Uncharted or Tomb Raider, but
it comes off a bit silly.
It's nowhere near as good as either of those two. And the thing is, it's like you said, it's their first Star Wars game. It's their first third-person
game.
Action game. And given what they did, it's really impressive. The Metroidvania aspects, like I think I was saying either to you or my Twitch chat, like the way the levels fold in themselves, it's very much like Bloodborne and Dark Souls, but it's not quite there. However, it's the fact that they're able to a Metroidvania, Sekiro combat, Uncharted, like traversal. It's shit. Like
and
hats
that it
off to
came
them.
off like actually like really well. Like it's not on the level of a From game, but like From has been doing this for over a decade now. So for them to go from a first-person shooter to this and it feel actually really good, like, is already pretty great.
Yeah, I see. Sorry, I'm just being distracted by Luna climbing the bushes outside the window.
What a ninja.
You can't see her. I can see her. She's down there. That's so funny. Yeah.
Good game.
Where were we? Good
Fallen
game.
Order.
Oh, Fallen Order. Yeah, we were talking about Titanfall too. So your turn. That's my number 10.
I think... Okay, let me just...
God, you got to unlock your phone.
Gears 5.
Rim.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a Gears of War apologist because, like, people have not...
Sorry about my French.
Yeah, people have not really dug... Like, I don't know. I really liked Gears 4. Like, people are like, oh, it's just the same thing rehash. It's like the Force Awakens of the Gears franchise. And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed that. Gears holds like a special place in my heart because it's just like the game I associate with the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And Gears 5, I appreciated some of the new things they tried to do, like the sort of open world aspects. Even though those open world spaces were completely empty and it was just like a way for you to ferry yourself from one place to another. But man, the action's good. I think the story is quite interesting. And I like playing as Kat Diaz, new character. So, well, she was a supporting character in 4.
Now she's a star.
Yeah, now she was the star, and I really liked the gameplay. Like Gears gameplay, the Coalition just keeps refining it, and it's fucking great. So
that's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm curious to see. Like, I don't know how the game ended with, but I do wonder what the next game will be. Is it going to be Gears 6, or they're going to finally make the departure and establish a new IP.
I think they'll do a Gear 6, but I'm interested to see, because there's a decision at the end of 5 that drastically changes the direction of certain things. So I'm curious to see what they consider the canon one. And I hope they choose the one I'm thinking they will, because I find that more emotionally impactful.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I still want to play it.
Yeah. What's yours?
Number 9.
Next, boy.
Super Mario Maker 2.
Hot damn.
This game.
What a game.
So I missed Super Mario Maker 1 because it was on the Wii U, and the remake or whatever came to the 3DS at the time,
And it was
I
bad
think. And apparently it was like...
Well, it was fine, but you couldn't share levels. It was like, what the fuck?
What's the point, you know? That kind of defeats the whole purpose of the game, like entirely.
It was a completely neutered version of
I
the
mean,
game,
so Super Mario Maker 2 came in and it fixed a lot of those problems, I think. But I spent a bunch of time in the campaign, but most of my time is spent playing multiplayer stuff. So I can't imagine not having that aspect in the game. Like, no wonder that wasn't great on the 3DS.
Exactly.
Super Mario Maker 2 is like the dream platformer game, because it really is... You know, Nintendo and all these people who make great platform games, they're just a limited team. They can only do so much in so much time. But if you give all those tools to the community, you're talking millions upon millions of levels, and maybe not all of them are great, but there are those that are, I'd argue in some cases, better than what even the creators can pull off themselves.
Yeah,
it's like,
definitely.
It's insane what some people have created, and just playing them, I'm the kind of gamer that I really enjoy the challenge. And this is something I only really learned this year, I think, whereas I knew, like, I've always played challenging games, but this year really taught me, like, holy shit, I thrive on challenging games. I get such a kick out of it.
I've seen you progress from, like, your Celeste and going from Bloodborne, and you just, like, you crave challenge.
Yeah, so you'll see with my top 10 this year, there are a lot of challenging games, and the thing is, like, I die a lot, but I love the thrill of, I learn how to do it and I overcome it.
Like,
and
you're playing Fallen Order on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, and again, it's like, it's not quite secure, but, you know, I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty because I'm trying to emulate that feeling, same sort of feeling. And yeah, so Super Mario Maker, I've played levels that have been cool, fun, but I've also, I've streamed it, which has been really great because I get to interact with people who made the levels. They submit it and I can ask them for advice or tips. And I've had people show me how to, well, not show me, but be like, here's this level I made to teach you how to do this one trick. And I've learned things in Super Mario Maker. I'm like, shit, I didn't know I could do that, you know? And now I'm learning how to play I've played levels where I've strung together these really complex moves, and it's so satisfying. Like, I just love it.
I also like the aspect, like, we hosted a Mario Maker 2
that was also a highlight.
Comic-Con. But it was just, like, what was really cool is that there were a lot of kids there, and, like, the ability for them to kind of, like, stretch their creative muscles and create even simple Mario Maker levels. Like, I think the tool set's really robust.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be complicated at all.
Yeah.
Anyone, I mean, the way the toolkit works, anyone can pick up and make a level. Like,
I think the best part of the sequel was the filters that let you filter, like, I want a puzzle level, or the best filter for me was, like, classic. So people trying to emulate the classic Nintendo feel, where it's, like, not challenging, but there's a good rhythm to the level.
I mean, now, I suppose by the time you listen to this a month ago, they released a new update, which included the Master Sword.
Yeah, that update is huge.
There's a whole new toolkit to
people making
puzzles.
Some wild Zelda levels in there.
One of my favorite things, and this is something you should try, is they've got what's that
daily
called?
Challenge
No, I think it's weekly. I could be wrong.
Run, or?
Yeah, like the Ninja Run levels, and it's Nintendo made levels, and the goal is to just finish it as fast as you can. And
do you only get one attempt?
No. You can do it as many times as you want. So what happens is you finish the level, you play it by yourself, and you finish it, and then if you redo it, you sort of get placed in a pool of other players who have similar times to you, and you play the level and you see their little clones running along with you, and it just pushes you to go faster, and it's a lot of fun.
Every time I see a video of it, it reminds me of when you're watching all your deaths from Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Fun. So Super Mario Maker 2, I mean, I played it a bunch this year.
It's like the Mario game of your dreams.
It really is. What are Nintendo going to do next year with Mario?
Super Mario Odyssey 2, please give it to me.
Just give me Galaxy 1 and 2. I'll take it. It's fine.
Just
remaster
Switch,
them.
man.
It's fine.
Oh, man, I'd be super stoked with that. Yeah.
So next year, I'm going to probably play a bunch more Super Mario Maker, because I streamed it a lot and I really enjoy those streams.
We should do a stream where you create levels for me to be bad at.
Oh, God. I want people to watch, not cry.
My next one is probably an outlier for most people, but Formula One 2019. So,
Please,
you know
it's
that I
not,
like Formula
it's
One?
not Crash Team Racing. What are you talking about?
Listen, Crash Team Racing came out this year, and that game was fucking great.
Oh, no.
But it is not the best driving game of the year, not even
my
close.
God. I've told that to the game.
Oh, Jesus, I'm so mad, so mad. I like Formula One.
Get out.
It's a thing I watch every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
every 1 week.
you're someone I know who you really are a big Formula One fan.
I really, really like Formula One. And I think people look at the Formula One games and think, oh, I'm not into Formula One. This is not going to appeal to me. And I'm here to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah, look, even I can vouch for that. Whereas, remember, I've spoken about it before, when my brother got a PlayStation 1 years ago, like on his 16th birthday, whatever it was, one of the first games we had for that console was Formula One 97.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah, I even remember the year. And let me tell you, I was a kid. I was 9 years old. Yeah, simple maths, 9 years old. I wasn't necessarily like watching Formula One on the weekends, but holy shit, I played
A lot
game
of
to
Formula One
pieces.
games.
Yeah, and it was arcadey, but it was so much fun.
See, I feel like this is kind of like filling the same thing. It's the gateway to enjoying Formula One, because what I appreciate about this game is that it can be as arcadey, to an extent, arcadey or as simulator focused as you want it to be.
Yeah.
So if you really want to emulate that nail biting, like have to think of the smallest little changes to your chassis to get that extra second, you can do that. Or you can turn off all the things that kind of like go fly over your head. Like even me as an avid Formula One fan, there's parts of the game that I just don't engage with because I don't care.
But it's cool that you have the option to not
Yeah, I have
engage
the
with
option.
them.
I can tailor it to how difficult I want it to be. And to a degree where it feels realistic, like where if I start the career mode and I start with a team that's definitely not the top team, I should not be coming first.
Yeah.
I should, the game sets me realistic goals like, okay, come 13th in this race or whatever. And that's a challenge and it's really fun. Like,
Just finish the race. Oh,
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do it.
But the career mode is just really good and emulates the Formula One weekends really nicely. Like, it gamifies the practice sessions in a way that's really smart. I mean, they've done this in previous ones, but they just built on it this year, where it's like you get 3 practice sessions before your qualification and then the race. And in those practice sessions, you'll have like little like goals you need to hit. So you'll do like a track acclimatization thing where it puts like waypoints around the track, which teach you these are the best lines, the
actual
best
lines,
braking.
yeah.
And then it will be like, okay, you're going to test tires, and it will teach you this is how you take care of your tires during a race and whatever. So they've gamified it to a way where they've made it simple to understand, which is really good. I think it's a phenomenal driving game. Absolutely. Like, I think the only game that kind of bests it in the space is like a Forza, really.
my.
But Formula One, if you're in any way inclined racing wise, you'll struggle to get better.
Yeah.
It's really fucking good.
God damn.
Yeah.
Formula
Okay.
One 2019.
Really, I played it with the steering wheel, everything. Damn, man,
I'd play the
what a
game. I'd play the game with the mouse. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa, that sounds like a hard time. Yeah. Using your mouse to like change little settings on your
Change gears
steering
while
wheel.
scrolling the wheel.
Oh my god, no.
my
What's your
God.
next one?
Number 8. You're gonna laugh, but I have to put this on my list this year.
Okay.
What do you think it is? You have no idea.
I actually have no idea.
It's Counter-Strike. Don't hate on me.
Okay, you've got 60 seconds.
I got
go.
60 seconds. Everyone's heard this story. When I streaming live this year, I decided to start streaming, and sort of towards the second half of the
Wait,
year,
didn't you stream last year?
like right at the end. But
Oh.
this year is when I really like set up.
Oh, I
shit
really thought it
properly.
had been like 2 years already.
No.
Wow.
No, it's just every
You've
year.
done a lot in a year then.
Oh my God, so much. So this year I thought, you know what, I'm done with the games I'm playing. I'm going to play some Dota. And people thought like, no, you're going to get addicted. Like, don't do it. I played Dota for 1 or 2 streams. I was like, that was fun.
Should have
I
played
thought-
again with the new update.
No, hell no. I thought, let me go play some Counter-Strike as well, seeing as I'm playing all these multiplayer games. And that is a game that no one thought I would get addicted to again. And
Your
here I
competitive
am.
streak came out again.
Oh my God, it's not so much a competitive thing of as much as like Counter-Strike's one of those games I've played most of my gaming career. Like I remember being not a kid.
Did you go to internet cafes and play it?
No, not internet cafes, but I had a cousin, for example, who had the original Counter-Strike on an ISDN line. And if I visited him, he'd let me play online with other people.
1.6.
Yeah, 1.6. All, not only that, going to LANs and just what everyone was playing.
Yeah.
I've gone from 1.6 to Source to Global Offensive, and the game, like, obviously it's evolved over the years, but the way it is now, it's just in one of the best forms it's ever been. All right, and it's a pure shooter in the sense that there's no classes, there's none of that. Everyone's sort of on equal footing, and what it really comes down to is your strategy. And like, look, skill obviously counts a lot. You know, if you better at
It's a
headshotting
very high
people,
skill ceiling game.
yeah,
right?
but if you very accurate, you're going to get very far.
Yes.
However, people like me have a shot because you get things like flash grenades and smoke grenades.
Well,
and
I don't know. You're really good at that game.
No,
Like,
but
you don't
then,
give yourself
then,
credit.
But then you get, so like, here's an example. My rank is Master Guardian 1.
Okay.
I'm probably like 5 or 6 ranks below the best rank you can be. And that's like, I'm in the middle,
I'd
let's
be
say.
Peasant Guardian.
Peasant Guardian Elite.
Yes.
So I'm smack in the middle, let's say. But the fact that this game is all about shooting and like being tactical with your grenades and communication, it's just, I love it. Like it's a game that I think never gets old fast. And it's actually a problem because I'm like, shit, next year I need to like sort of wean myself off it and play other games. But this year I played it a bunch. Like the last half of the year I streamed probably more Counter-Strike than anything else. And it was more a thing of, I'm going to stream a bit of this and then Counter-Strike. It was never me, like I started the year off streaming like Bloodborne, for example. That's all I streamed through. Now it's like more Counter-Strike and a bit of other stuff. So I couldn't not have it on my top 10.
Of course,
for this
yeah,
year.
yeah.
Played
No,
it
you,
so
you played
much.
it.
Oh my
You
God.
played it a lot. It was like a big part of your streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to play Counter Strike in internet cafes and stuff like that, but I was never like super good at it. So I'm not appealed by it anymore. Especially when I have returned to it and played online, I just get fucking annihilated.
Look, there's a skill ceiling, but it's one of the things. It's the same loop as Dota's that.
Yeah, it is. It's a time thing.
You'll never be like, no one can really be a master at the game.
Yeah.
There's always something new to learn, or you can always just keep getting better.
And the more you play, the better you get.
and you do
yeah.
see it, you're like, damn. Although sometimes I do feel like I'm getting worse at this game.
Oh, that was me with Dota all the time. I played so much Dota and I never got better. Like, I just felt like I did not understand
Yeah.
how to be better at that game. And it's fine. Like, I
it's
enjoyed
fine.
the games I played of it, and I understand that I'm terrible at it.
Terrible.
So whatever.
Good damn. So that's my number 8.
Fuck, I keep needing to unlock my...
Unlock your phone. Look at it.
Next one. Void Bastards.
Void Boss.
This was a cool game, man.
This is a game I know I should play.
Yeah, I think you'll really like it. So it's if you don't know what it is, it's like a roguelike with the sort of style of like a comic book. It's got like very like 2D images, like enemies on 3D rendered. They kind of just like flip on their axis and then you see their back. So it's got a really striking and unique art style.
It's very, very unique.
But it's a really, really good, almost like a immersive sim roguelike. Like you are building your character for a certain purpose. You unlock weapons that all do certain types of like status damages and different elemental types of damages. And you can only take a certain number of weapons and equipment onto a ship that you're raiding at a time. Because you're kind of working through this like galaxy map and moving between nodes. And every time you move to a ship, you can either try and loot it or carry on.
Yeah.
But every time you die, you lose that character and your current progress of your objective. It's a good game. It's I think I finished it in like 15 hours, so it's not super long. But I had a consistently fun time playing that game. It was challenging. Its randomization was good enough that it always made me feel like I was getting on a ship that, like, a red ship would be one where I'd scavenge for health items, and the yellow one was for like ammo or something like that. But they put random elements in each one that made them still feel a bit different.
Yeah.
It's a good game. It's on Games
play
Pass.
Games Pass.
It's a fantastic little shooter that I think
More people should play.
More people should give a go. Yes. What's your
Oh
next
my.
one?
Number 7, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening. So this is for those of you who don't know, a remake of a Game Boy game that came out 25 years ago. Was it?
Yeah, it's
25 or 30 years ago.
It was the original Game Boy. So
Yeah.
I think 93 is when it came out.
I think it's 25 years ago. So this is what blew me away is that, okay, this game, Nintendo gave it a new coat of paint, new art style.
Completely.
Like, it's very cool aesthetic and that. But the game itself, they introduced one or two things, but the actual core game hasn't changed. What you play today is what it was 25 years ago, and that just blows my mind because this game is I don't think many people liken it to a Metroidvania, but honestly, it feels like a Metroidvania through and through, and that you plonked on this island, and technically you could go anywhere you want, but you can't because you don't have all the abilities or items to get everywhere you want.
Yeah.
And honestly, it just blew me away that this game is as good as it is, and it came out 25 years ago. Like,
yeah, that formula just shows like how it stood the test of time.
And not only that, it just shows how ahead of time that team was in putting together a game like this.
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine if I were a kid playing this in Game Boy, it would have blown my mind. Like,
yeah, that's the thing I always come back to. It's like, I cannot believe that something like this expansive, not only existed this long ago, but ran on a fucking handheld that long ago.
The only example I can liken it to is when I played Final Fantasy VI, which also came out, I think, like early
Still
90s.
your favorite one, isn't it?
My favorite one. I played it also maybe 20 years after it came out, and I was emulating it because I had no other means to play the game. And I remember the file was like maybe 8 or 10 megs big, for example. And I played the game, and I played it till like 2, 3, 4 in the morning for many consecutive days. And I couldn't believe that such a vast and detailed and awesome game fits into like 8 megs. It blew my mind. Yeah. And that's more of it's not so much a size thing as like, that's how big things were back then. Size doesn't matter in that regard.
Seems like magic almost.
It's magical. And the Link's Awakening is that, in that I'm an adult playing obviously a reimagining of the game, but it's still the core game, and holy shit, it's really good.
It's also just, I know the art style is divisive, but like,
no way is that.
I think it's
that
awesome.
art style is awesome.
I think it's really
whoever
cool.
says it's not cool, they should have their ass checked.
It's like almost like
really
this,
nice.
Lego-ish kind of like
it's
sheen
beautiful.
to it.
It's super striking, and I really like it. So
the amiibo is so good.
It's so good.
So good.
Link's Awakening, my number 7.
What did I do next? Katana Zero.
Katana Zero.
Little indie game that came out this year that kind of it's sort of like a Hotline Miami type vibe, except it's like side scrolling.
Yeah.
So it's Hotline Miami in the sense that like one shot will kill you, and enemies are very quick to shoot you.
So I keep getting this game mixed up with the Messenger for some reason. I know what they are.
Messenger's like a classic NES. Yeah. So Katana Zero is more like, it's got like this chunky pixel art style, which is really nice, like incredibly detailed and really good. But the gameplay is like really awesome. This samurai, well, sort of like this dystopian neo-future samurai. Kind of like doesn't make sense why in the future he's the way he is, but he's addicted to this drug that lets him like slow down time. So you can do fucking awesome things like jump in the air, slow down time a little bit, have a bullet coming at you, swipe at the bullet and deflect it back to the enemy it's coming at. Like, you can do some unbelievably cool things in this game. But on top of that, what really got me was just how great the story was. Like, it's got this really interesting setting, that kind of talks about this like past war that was in the area that you're in, and talk about like child soldiers and soldier experimentation stuff. Like, it's really deep and really interesting and really fucked up as well. Like, it's twisted. I just think it's a special game that not many people played, with one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in.
I need to play it.
So yeah, it's just like a 6-7 hour thing. It is on Switch and stuff, but I played it on PC with a controller, and I thought the controller was actually really good. So I think the ending is a bit abrupt. I
remember you talking about it.
It felt like there should be more, but I have seen people saying that there is some story DLC, because when you finish it, you get access to this level where there's just like locked doors.
Yeah.
And those locked doors are like collectible things that you can unlock, but there's one elevator at the end that does nothing at the moment. And everyone thinks it's like a story DLC chapter. So yeah, I really like Katana Zero. I liked Hotline Miami a lot as well. But this feels a bit more forgiving, and it's easier to get into, I think. It's a good game.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? Because my number 6 was Death Stranding. How many games do you have left? Should have 5, I think.
Let's see.
We screwed the list from the beginning.
Yeah, I've got 5 left. Yeah.
Okay, so shall I go first? Number 5, Control.
Control.
Control, what a game. So this is latest game from Remedy, people who did Max Payne,
Controls also
Alan
on this, by
Wake.
the way, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think this is where we start overlapping.
This is where we overlap a bit. Okay, so let's both talk about Control.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game, it's weird because I knew it was coming. But it's one of those weird cases, and this 100% proves that one of my theories, or not my theory, but my belief that the less you know about something, the more you enjoy it.
Yes.
And Control was 100% one of those games I went into blindly. Like, I know there was a lot of interest around it, and people talking about, oh, Remedy's latest game looks so interesting. I don't think I watched like any gameplay trailers apart from, I think, the launch trailer.
I think Remedy was pretty good with not showing their hand.
Yeah, I don't think they showed too much regardless.
They showed the powers, basically.
Yeah, but again, like, I didn't really know much about the game, and then I played it, and holy shit, this game is
Best
incredible.
X-Men game I've ever
It's the
played.
best X-Men game in the world.
Yeah, the best PsyOps sequel we never got.
Yeah, but there's, I mean, this game, it's like the visuals, for example. I played it on PC, so it's my first RTX game.
It's probably the showcase for RTX.
It's so pretty. Like, this is the case study where the best comparison is when we went from normal TV to HD. Only when you saw it, you're like, whoa.
It's a huge
That's lifelike, you know. Now, when you go from, if you put RTX off, it looks bland. You're like, oh, I can't not have RTX.
If you've seen it, it's kind of like it takes away from the thing,
So visually, it's beautiful, and I still can't wrap my head around how Remedy's not like an indie studio, but they're not a AAA studio. I don't.
Well, they are
think.
indie.
No, but I mean, they're like, I put them as double A. Yeah, they're not like the small indie team, but they're not like,
they get the
this
budgets
big.
to work with.
Yeah. And I'm like, this team put together this really beautiful RTX game, and then they overlaid it with great combat, like an intriguing as hell story. I put this in the same sort of league as, like I said, Death Stranding. We have a lot of stories we are told today. It's a rehash of something. Like, to some degree, it's going to be like, oh, I've seen this before, or it's similar to this. They set the game up in this place called the Old House, which is a bureau that, like,
the Bureau of Control.
It's a Bureau of Control, and just all the lore pieces and how they've built this world. It's so interesting.
I haven't played a game in a long time where I am actively looking forward to the
you're
next
reading
collectible
stuff,
to pick
because
up
you stop, you read it, it's like, oh shit, like it doesn't actually have anything to do with the story, but it helps
fleshes
build
it
the
out.
universe.
Yeah, it fleshes things out, and they give you things in such a clever drip drab way that you are always hoping for the next piece of information, the next piece of the puzzle. Yeah, it's phenomenal. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm having a fantastic time with it. Yeah,
it's a good time. So
I still need to get to this thing that everyone talks about. The
ashtray maze.
I just need to know what the fuck this is.
That's like top 10
everyone
gaming
talks
moments.
about it like it's this like revelation.
I don't think it's a revelation as much as it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other way to explain it other than you play it, like you finish it, you just like, that was incredible. It's just the sequence. You're like, whoa, it's really good. So
you
got to play through.
How far I am, but I know a lot of people had issue with combat. I think it's really good.
No, the combat I think is awesome. The thing is, I don't think it's
such a video game.
It's not like super deep, I would say, because at the end of the day, all you can do is shoot or throw stuff.
But man, it feels good to throw shit.
It feels really good, and like when you kill the hiss, the sound of, you've got the shotgun form now. How satisfying is it? It's just like,
and when they die, that little like smoke haze that comes out of them.
Yeah, my favorite is if you're close to a hiss and you kill them with a shotgun version mod. What do you call it again?
Yeah, well, your gun, you have like one gun and it changes.
It changes forms. Yeah, when you kill it in the shotgun form, a kill hiss, and it's just that. It's so nice.
It's really good.
That's ASMR.
My favorite is like if you try grab something but there's nothing in range, Jesse just rips up a piece of
ground
floor.
It's
like,
awesome.
This is awesome. I really like this. Yeah, it's a phenomenal game. I really enjoyed it.
No, you got to finish that game. Okay, but that's my number 5. And I know it's also on your list, but do you want to go next? What is your next game?
My next one. Okay, so the next one I don't think is one that overlaps. Grindstone.
That's something. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Y'all play Apple Arcade? Apple Arcade is so cool. So cool.
I need to get it.
It is a reason to get an iPhone.
How much is it a month?
$80 a month.
It's like nothing.
I do wish I could outright buy some of these games because
they're only exclusive to Apple Arcade.
Yeah, there's like a subsection of games where I'm like, I'm only playing these and I'm basically paying a subscription to keep playing these.
Yeah.
I wish I could just buy it outright, and Grindstone's one of them, but Grindstone's so good. Grindstone is so it's made by Cappy Games, who made things like Super Time Force and Below and what was their big one? I forgot now.
Super
anyway.
Cappy Games.
So yeah, Super Cappy, or is it Super Cappy or Capybara Games? I think it's Cappy. Yeah, it's Cappy Games. Cappy Games. Yeah. So they've made this like, it's a like a match 3 type thing, you know, like puzzle game, but expanded in a way that I find far more engrossing than any other one. So you play as this like character who is on a board of color-coded monsters, and you have to basically make a path. You can move diagonally, horizontally, whatever. Make a path through them, connecting colored creatures. So it's like you connect them, and that's your path you're going to take, like cutting them up. Like as you run through them, you cut them up, and there's all like cubes of like their flesh that fall to the ground. Really cool. If you get a chain of 10, you spawn this thing called a grindstone, which then lets you change color mid-combo. So then you can do clever things like, okay, I'm going to get 7 purple ones, change color to yellow so I can make an even longer chain. And the longer your chain, the bigger your grindstone becomes.
Okay.
And it's like, it's fairly straightforward. It's like levels, usually you have to kill a certain number of enemies to unlock the exit. And then there's additional objectives like a more powerful creature that you can only kill once you've chained a few enemies before him. Or a chest that, you need to chain 8 enemies before you can open the chest, stuff like that. And I think I'm on a level 120. There's definitely an end. They're all handcrafted levels. But man, I'm just addicted to it. It's just, it's the game I open up every day when I'm traveling on the train and I'm playing like one level, and it keeps introducing new mechanics that are like really smart and clever. And I just feel
You're just hooked.
It's so satisfying to like, okay, I got a chain of 10. Oh, I can change color. Oh shit, I can change color again.
Oh boy.
It's like, next thing you have this chain of like 50 enemies and you've just like cleared the board, and it just feels so good.
Like, yes.
And the animations are really good.
I'm a grindstone master.
Exactly.
And people on the train are like, what does that mean?
What is this guy talking about?
Who's this guy?
It's definitely one of the best mobile games I've played in a long time.
I need to do
one
Apple
of the best
Arcade.
It's a good service, that.
I need to. First month's free, right? This is
free.
This is how they get you. Like,
This
just come
is
see.
how they got me. I was like, I'm going to play the first month, and then I started grindstone. I was like, oh, fuck.
Okay, I'm in it for the long
still
haul.
playing it, yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, my number 4. No, I don't know if this is on your list, but I kind of think it might be Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
Is it on your list?
It's on my list.
Oh my God, Resident Evil 2.
All the ones on my list except my number 1 will overlap now.
You say that.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we'll see about that.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, we've got 3 more to go.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, we'll see about it.
Resident Evil 2 came out in January.
Oh my God,
Can you
what a
believe?
game. This game is I don't know, a case
Better
study.
than I ever thought it would be.
It's a case study on how you properly rebuild a game from the ground up. Resident Evil 2 has been in talk. It's been around in conversation for years now. Like, I don't know. I don't have an exact date, but it feels like the Resident Evil 2 being remade has been around for.
Would it be safe to say Resident Evil 2 is like the most revered Resident Evil after 4?
Probably. I mean, it's easily one of the most iconic, I'd say. I mean, 1 is great, but then when 2 came out, it's like, holy shit.
2 was like
it
the big
really
one,
kicked it
crap.
into another gear.
Yeah.
And then, look, 3 is my personal favorite, but 3 was more of the same of 2, essentially. But it feels like 2 was in discussion for I don't know, so many years.
I remember
they're remaking 2 and there are rumors and this and that. And then
it's
Capcom,
always where the big memories come from, like, the liquor coming through the roof, or
then,
Mr. X.
But then Capcom unveiled hey, we are actually remaking 2. And the thing is, after Resident Evil 7, which I thought was really good, it was a thing of hey, they're going back to their roots. How's this going to hold up? Is it going to be the same game just from an over-the-shoulder view? And it kind of is, but it isn't, because they toy with your expectations. Even if you've played the original game 4 million times, it doesn't quite play it the same way. And not only that, the engine that they built is it's so good. It's really pretty. The zombies are
It's super
terrifying.
performance as well. Like, it runs
I
really
played
well.
on a base PS4. Holy shit, it looks so pretty.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It captures that sort of dull lighting in the police station, which is, it's creepy. That game is creepy as hell. It's really creepy. But it's also, I think, I only played a little bit of 2 as a kid, so I never really, I don't think finished it. So the whole idea of Mr. X was completely new to me. And man, he's just like, even years later, it's just such a... They reworked him a lot here, like where he appears in the story and stuff. But he's such a great mechanic because you are never left to feel safe.
You're never safe.
He is always somewhere, and he's always dangerous. And just hearing those footsteps, it's like terrifying.
The sound design in this game. I mean, even in the original, he was terrifying, but the original had its limitations in that he only popped up in Claire's campaign, I think.
Yes.
And all you had to do was run away and through doors to get away from him. And then he'd sort of like disappear and come back.
Yeah,
this game, he follows you. Like, you can outrun him, but shit, it's still terrifying. Like, you'll know, like, I need to get to this part of the police station because I have a key for the door on that side. And you like start making your way, then you just hear the footsteps, like, oh God.
You like walk slowly.
Shit, he's coming this way. You go and you hide in a room, like, please don't come in here. And he opens the door and he looks at you like, no, why?
And he opens them so savagely. He's like, and, and then you see him and he walks around the room and you make a slight noise. He just turns.
He looks, you're like, run away.
Yeah. Or I played so many games of chicken with that dude in that locker room. Yes. Fuck. It's like I'm at the end of the room. He's coming down the left. I'm going down the right. Oh shit. He's changed direction. Oh shit.
My favorite part of that's when I learned how to use that keypad to open all the
the doors.
I did it in one go where for some reason I didn't click how to do all the shit. But long story short, I eventually went back and unlocked like all 4 or 5 of them. But he had followed me. So I like ran, unlocked it with the code, pulled the door open, ran around again. Did the next code, unlocked it all, ran around again. And he just kept chasing me.
The code, he's still walking.
No, the game breaks that immersion where it all stops.
Oh, it doesn't stop.
But still, it was the thing of like, oh my God, okay, put the code in, run. Grab the item, run around. Put the next code in, grab the item, run around. It was good.
I need to replay that game again because
Which campaign did you do? You just did the one, or did you do both?
No, I did both.
You want to do the other? Yeah, you need to do the other order.
Yeah, I need to do the other order.
The thing is that the game is 100% replayable. Not because you're going to get the same scares or anything. It's just it's fun. Like, what goes where now. You get through it so much quicker.
It's also one of those stories where if you think about it hard enough, it's like, this makes no fucking sense.
Don't think about it. It doesn't make any sense.
How am I fighting this boss? But I fought it in the other campaign.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Parallel, but this is happening. Like, this makes no sense at all.
That's probably my only criticism in that it would have been hella ambitious, but I did think now with modern technology that we would have completely separate. Like, maybe you play as Claire and she does her thing and there's overlap, but then you play as Leon, he's on his own part of the police station. That being said, they could never have done that because that police station, it's designed so well.
Yeah, and it's designed for that purpose.
You can, there's nothing in that game bar maybe 1 or 2 side story things, like when you play as Ada, for example. That's her own specific part of the
she
whatever.
Sucks as well.
But like, you can run from the beginning of the game to the end and back. Like, you can go from the police station to the sewers.
Yeah, it's a Metroidvania in every sense.
It really is, yeah, and it all folds over on each other, and shit, it is incredible. And like you said, that game you never felt safe. It really was a thing of, like, just when you think, like, I have enough ammo, you do a part where it's like you kill 5 zombies, like, oh shit, I need more ammo.
You feel so familiar with that space by the end of the game. It's like,
oh yeah, you can run from one end to the other in no time.
Exactly. It's like the first part of playing that game is like figuring out everything and then like opening new doorways, and every time you open up a new path, it's like, oh, okay, this now folds in on this, or I opened a door like with a specific key. It's like, okay, this goes here. This
comes back, yeah.
It's
what a game! I cannot wait for remake 3. Yeah. I don't know. Like,
I've never
worried.
played 3, so I'm super keen.
You thought Mr. X was a bastard. Holy shit! You're in for a ride. Nemesis. I don't know if it'll be as good as 2. Like, I have my doubts because it's like, I don't know. It's very hard to match what 2 did. That being said, I still can't wait to play. It's like,
remember how bad that Resident Evil movie was, the second one?
Yes.
Where Nemesis was in there and then he had a change of heart at the end and turned on Wesker?
Yeah.
Wow.
What a time to be alive.
People want to talk about Star Wars being shit.
Oh, no. No one ever argued the Resident Evil movies were great.
They were fucking bad.
They were bad.
They were bad. The first one's pretty fun.
They were fun,
but
though,
the rest were fucking bad.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my number 4. What is your
we need
next
a hustle
game
as well.
We'll be fine. We've got 20 minutes. We can do this.
What's
your number 3 or your?
This is where we definitely overlap. So Control, we spoke about.
Yes,
already.
okay.
So yeah, again, great game. Still playing it. One of the most striking visually striking games I've played in a very long time. I 100%
Wait, how many
implore
games?
people to play.
How many games do you have left?
3.
Okay.
And one of them is Resident Evil 2.
Oh shit! Okay, so there's overlap. Okay, so do I do my number 3 now? I suppose?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Sekiro.
Bloodborne. I played
Did you only play this
Bloodborne
year?
this year.
I thought it was last year.
No, it was
What
this
the
year.
fuck?
It was like Feb this year.
Jesus, you played a lot of fun games this year.
I played a lot of good games this year.
Yeah,
let me
you
tell
did. You did.
And I played a lot of challenging games, and this is why I learned like I really enjoy these challenging games. So, oh boy, Bloodborne. This is
What
a game.
Still my favorite PS4 game.
Oh, this is a game that, people like many of my friends have said, you should play Bloodborne, and it's a thing of, yeah, I probably would enjoy it, but it's one of those things like I'm sure you have games you want to play, but you kind of need to be in the mood for them. You need to buy them. You need to just make the time for them. Bloodborne was exactly that, where I did want to play it. PlayStation exclusive. Heard a lot of good things about it. But I suppose I owe a lot of credit to John Michael because he absolutely loves Bloodborne, and he's spoken about it. Since I've known him, he's often just spoken about Bloodborne, how good it is. And then this year I finally bit the bullet, and oh my God, like what a game. I'm glad I waited though, because you played the game when it came out, and the load times, and I think there were load times were long.
Bad,
there were issues with, I don't think you're getting enough blood vials.
I think I got lucky because I hit a fucking wall with the Bloodstarved Beast. So I took a break from the game for months, and then I came back, and a lot of that was patched. And then I just couldn't put it down. Yeah.
It's so good. So I played it, and like I understand why people love FromSoft. I understand that style of game now. And next year,
it's the game that clicked with me.
Next year I'm gonna do Dark Souls 3 because it'll be different from Bloodborne and Sekiro, but it's a FromSoft game, and it came out after Bloodborne, which I didn't realize.
Yes.
I thought it came out before Bloodborne.
No, after.
So I'm curious to see.
It takes a lot of lessons from Bloodborne.
Yeah, but I'm excited to play that. But man, Bloodborne is this game where, and I think a lot of FromSoft games are like this, where you just put into a setting, you don't know a lot, and you sort of have to piece together the world yourself with like little scraps of lore.
The world is so fascinating.
But the world is so dark.
So dark and dreary.
And it's out to kill you. Like everything,
Victorian,
like you can.
Gothic, like,
all enemies in the game can like kill you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. It is a hard game. Like there's a reason FromSoft games are challenging, but they've got it down so well that if you fight a boss, you'll die many times, but then you figure out how to beat the boss, and that rush you get when you overcome it it's like I don't experience that in many other games.
Yeah.
And it's funny because now I've started replaying it immediately after, and having learned those bosses, I could get to the game so much quicker, and it is just so satisfying. Like I would love to replay. You had this tweet the other day. You're like,
I really want to.
You basically tweeted like, I've got my whole backlog, but I really want to replay Bloodborne.
Really play it again. I've been dying to replay it again. It's been long enough that I think it would still feel a bit new to me.
You could replay it regardless because there are tons of different weapons. You can go different builds. It'll be.
What was your favorite, almost challenging boss?
The Bloodstarved Beast was.
Fuck that guy.
It was a thing of.
Everyone says he's like the first real skill check in that game.
I think so, yeah, because it was a thing of I think in his second or third phase when he can grab you in one kill you. Holy shit, that was just.
And he's just spitting poison everywhere. Yeah, that game. That boss infuriated me.
Yeah, that is one of those bosses where you really have to like sit down and just like patiently chip away and figure it out. But yeah, Bloodstarved Beast. Who else was there? There's so many bosses.
I'm trying to think of the ones I remember. I remember Vicar Amelia was really difficult as well for me.
I died to her a few times, but she wasn't that bad for me.
Tough for me.
Yeah, it was a very memorable boss. I remember many people talking about Vicar Amelia.
Yeah.
So when I got it, I was like, this is Vicar Amelia that everyone talks about. And pleased to meet you. Please don't kill me.
The little like doggo, yeah. And the Shadows of Yharnam are hard for me.
The Shadows of Yharnam.
There's a trick to them, and I didn't get that at first.
That I figured out. It didn't give me too much hassle. Shit, I'm blanking now. But there were so many good bosses in that game.
There are some bosses in the DLC which you haven't played.
I'm going to play that. I'm going to play that next year.
The final boss in the DLC is one of the hardest I've faced in that entire game. It is really challenging.
I can't wait. Really I'm going to cry, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on the bosses now? There's so many good ones. I just can't think of them now.
A lot of good hunter bosses.
I mean, some hunter bosses. I think of. Okay, we have a
cat situation.
Oh, I don't know if Lupin's his picked up on Mark, but goddamn, that is hilarious. Sam, did he scratch you?
Yeah, but I put the dog so he's like put his nails.
Oh, sorry. Damn Hardy does. Turns out that Lupin's most hated boss is a Hardy dog.
Yep, same.
Yeah, but Bloodborne, what
Good
a game. I will 100% well, I want to replay it and do the DLC
Yeah,
as well.
the DLC
so,
is 100% worth it. It's really good.
So there we go.
Just to face, what's her name? Maria?
I can't, yeah, I know she's a DLC boss,
Maria
but I
is
can't believe I'm
crazy
blanking on the bosses now because there's so many good ones. Like who?
There's so many.
Shit, I just can't. You know what? I actually do need to replay the game because you finish it, right? You know, at the end when what's that old hunter's name? The guy who's in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just blanking on the names now. The moment we finished recording, I'm like, yes, that guy.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
So he's the dude at the end. He gives you decision. So I was actually streaming this, and it's like he says you can like lay down your weapon, blah blah blah. And I chose to lay down my weapon.
And he kills you, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kills you and the game ends.
Yeah.
And you can't reload.
Oh. So
and
was that your ending?
That is my ending. So I've never actually beat the final boss.
Oh no!
in
Well,
Bloodborne.
2 bosses.
Well, yeah,
This is
I've
the
just
true ending.
So I've never done
I did the true
that
ending.
actual.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
See, the issue I had with that, I felt a bit deflated by them because I did the DLC and for some reason
You
the,
quite
the
strong.
level
or-
curve was out of whack. Yeah. So by the time I got to him and the true ending boss, I
Okay.
just fucking walked through them.
No, so
essentially.
but that is actually funny because I streamed that and it was a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna fight this boss, and then people in chat who were watching had played the game. They're like, okay, what are you gonna do? And I chose the end. I was like, okay. I even joked. I was like, I bet you the credits are gonna roll now, and the credits rolled. I was like, what? Like, huh?
You should
What's going on?
you should do some when you finally get the other endings. You should
I don't
do
know,
some reading. And
Yeah, I've done plenty of reading in the game. It's
the
wild.
theories in the game are crazy wild.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to.
very fascinating.
Well, I'm maybe 3/4 of the way through my second playthrough, which I did months ago, and I had picked up like all the
umbilical
cords.
There
and
are
that,
3 of them,
so,
I think.
Yeah, or 4. I don't know. I'll do it though. I'll get there.
It takes you to some places I've never been. Like I've never been to Caneworth Castle. I never did that because I missed the window where I could do that. Yeah.
I think I found that during my first playthrough as well.
Yeah.
It was just hello.
So that's something I need to visit because I just never got there. So,
God damn.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
stuff.
my number 3, Bloodborne.
Rom, that's another good boss.
Rom, yeah, that spider
vacuum
boss.
spider,
God
yeah.
damn. Stupid spider.
A lot of people said he was hard, but I found him tedious.
I think he's harder if you're impatient.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
you have to be so patient. Yeah.
Rom. Damn Rom.
Yeah, when you read the story and find out you are actually kind of the bad guy.
Yeah, it's like, okay. What?
The spider dude was a good guy.
It's just right. Yeah.
Bad.
What's your next game?
We're
down to our final 2.
Sekiro.
Coincidentally,
Because we overlapped with Control and Resident Evil 2.
my number 2 is Sekiro as well.
Oh.
Now you probably.
What's your number 1 then?
Oh my god! When I said, you were like, of course that's your number 1. Sekiro. Now
What a game.
Wait, you go first. I know what I'm gonna say.
A very different game to the games From Software has made
Yes.
in the past, and it was really difficult to. I mean, I haven't finished it, but I think I've gotten pretty
Finish
far.
it, you coward.
I mean, where I am,
you had
yeah.
Genichiro in the
In
tower.
the tower, yeah. If you say halfway, I'm gonna cry.
You've still got lots to do.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
You have plenty to do.
Because I felt like I've played that game a lot already. Like,
No, it actually toys with the expectations, because even when I got there, I was like, this is a dude I've been trying to like.
I knew it
Fight the
wasn't
whole
the
time.
end. There was no way.
No, but at the back of my mind is like, well, I'm fighting him now. Like, what's going on? You've still got so much to do. in that game. But it's a good time. I'd 100% suggest. I mean, you're saying like it might be hard to pick up, and I agree. Maybe your timings and that will be off, but
I don't even remember where to go.
Sekiro's not complicated. Like, if you were to pick up Bloodborne again, I think that'd be more complicated. Because you've got a whole lot of different items and different weapons. Sekiro is literally, it's you and your sword, man. And some prosthetics, and you could probably pick it up again, no issue. But yeah.
I think it's such a different game. It took a while to get used to, because it's like trying to unteach you the things you've learned from From's other games. But there isn't another game that has replicated these sort of like dueling feel of fighting than that game. It just
Yeah.
feels immaculate.
So I had a whole debate with myself because Bloodborne's my number 3, Sekiro's my number 2. And I was like, do I think Bloodborne's better? And I thought, in some regards, maybe it is a better game. To me, like, I have highlights and
I think
great
it also
moments from
depends
it.
on how much you resonate with each of the settings.
Yeah,
So-
but then I thought about it, and it's funny because I only played a FromSoft game this year, and even I played Sekiro. I was like, damn, this is completely different to all the other shit. Like I could imagine being a FromSoft fan who's played all the Dark Souls, all the Bloodborne, and then they're like, here's Sekiro. You know, fuck everything you've learned. Here's a whole new system. We're gonna break
completely new
you.
system.
And that game, like Bloodborne pushed me, but Sekiro pushed me.
Yeah.
Some of those bosses were incredibly challenging. And it's the same thing I speak about when you figure it out and you overcome it, that rush you get. It's like, oh, it's nothing like it.
Yeah.
It's actually like a drug. Like, yes, give me more of this.
Beating Madame Butterfly was one of the highest euphoric highs I've ever felt
Yeah,
in playing a
and-
video game. It's just
But it's exactly what you
unmatched.
said. The dueling in that game feels
it
good.
feels incredible. Yeah.
You, like Bloodborne, you very much like running away and dodging and getting hits in when you can, like to a degree. Sekiro, you're forced to, you can like run away and block, but you're not going to get anywhere. You're forced to balance this, your attacking and
aggression,
your
yeah.
dodging and your aggression and
Because if you don't keep up the aggression, you're giving your enemy more time to just recover like
their
their posture
yeah.
or whatever. But just the sound that it makes, like the clashing of swords, feels
that
so
sword
good.
ASMR.
It really, because you know, a lot of older games, you always get the criticism that it's like, oh, you're just slashing this dude and he should be dead, but he's got a health meter.
No.
Here it's like you feel like you are in a duel, you are fighting against other swords, and when you finally stab this guy, he's dead.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And so combat, everything, even the setting though. It's
The
so
setting's
pretty.
really good and a really nice story. that
Yeah, I
wraps it
love
around.
the setting of feudal Japan. It's just
beautiful.
And like it's weird that they said it in feudal Japan. They could have just done that, but they thought, nah, we're gonna give you a prosthetic. Here's your arm. It's got a grapple hook. You can traverse the levels in a way unlike we've ever done in other FromSoft games.
Yeah, the verticality to it
Bloodborne,
is
there's no
really
jump
good.
button.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, no jump button.
No, there is.
Oh, is there a jump button? Okay, but you know what I mean. You don't have a grapple hook.
No,
There's a whole
you
level
did.
of
I mean,
verticality.
comparing
yeah.
the two is.
Yeah,
There's
and-
also stealth elements which I really appreciated. I love the stealth in that game.
And then your prosthetics are your abilities. You've got this arm that lets you throw
Firecrackers.
like firecrackers or shurikens, or you get
Flamethrower.
a goddamn umbrella that like deflects everything. It's
What?
so cool.
I've
Did
never
you never
seen
get
that,
the
no.
umbrella? Oh my god, this is so.
Should I need that?
You
That sounds awesome.
You got to play this game, man.
The
You gotta
shuriken
finish
and
it.
the firecrackers are my favorite at the moment.
You got so much to unlock still. I think there are 10 prosthetics
Okay.
in total. You probably have like
I
4
have the
or 5
axe.
of
That
them.
axe is pretty good.
Axe is really cool as well.
Yeah, you can do some cool things with that axe.
Some good stuff. Now you're making me want to play the game again.
Yeah, so
Sekiro.
Sekiro's awesome. I need to finish it, but man, I had a great time with that game.
I'd 100% advise trying to get back into it. It's worth it.
I'm really curious. What's your number one?
I know what
now?
your number one is.
Yeah, of course you know what my number one is.
It's Outer Wilds.
Yeah,
My number
definitely.
one. What do you think it is?
I don't know. I can't think of another game.
You're a
that you
bad
played
friend.
This year.
Celeste. Oh my
Oh
god.
shit! Yeah, the farewell.
No, the actual Celeste.
Did you only play it this
I only
year?
played it this
you
year.
see, I thought you played it last year. That's why I didn't even think of it.
My god, Celeste. This is a game
So wait,
that
you played Celeste and the farewell DLC in 1 year?
in 1 year.
Oh man.
It
That's a
was
good
actually
time.
really good because I finished Celeste, like did everything in Celeste, and then a few months later, like here's the DLC.
Oh, I remember now because Celeste was like high on my list last year, and you're like, I need to play this game.
Yeah, it was a Game of the Year nominee last year, and
remember now.
it was a thing of like I'd never played it, and I actually started it on the way to our wedding. And this game is it's just perfect platforming. Like I've never played a platformer like it, but it's probably the one platformer that's had the most impact on me in terms of just the story itself.
Really good story,
The way it overlaps. This is the closest as someone who doesn't have depression or anxiety. This is the closest I've ever been to relating to it because the way the story unfolds is that Madeline she's got anxiety and she's got this mountain ahead of her that she's trying to climb. And it just personifies that in that it puts you in a room and you look at it, you go, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
It's a great metaphor.
It's a great metaphor, yeah. Sorry, I said personification. God, let me go burn my English degree. But it'll put you in a room, and you'll look at it and be like, I have no idea how I'm going to do this. Or I know what to do, but shit, I don't think I can pull it off.
It replicates that anxiety.
And and you'll do it again and again and again, and you'll get it, and you get it's that high I get from defeating a boss in Sekiro or Bloodborne, and it's like, holy shit, I did it.
Yeah.
Then you go to the next room, it's like, okay, you did that, now you're going to do this, and oh my god, it just the base game is quite challenging, but when you do the optional,
the farewells, the B-sides.
The B and C sides are very challenging, but the farewell DLC that also came out this year, shit, that pushed me like harder than I ever thought it would. It's so hard. Like,
and you
holy
played
shit,
it with a thumbstick.
I
which
cannot
is crazy.
stress how hard that damn DLC is, and I finish it. But it's a thing of I can't do it, and I did it, and goddamn, I love that game.
You poured yourself into that.
It really left such an impact on me, and like. So I've obviously covered the story of the platform, and the music itself is just
the music is so
that soundtrack.
Good.
I listen to it.
Lena Raine's.
Yeah, I listen to it very often, and it's a good game.
One of my favorite soundtracks of all time. It really is phenomenal.
Some good stuff.
I need to still play the Farewell DLC, but yeah, Celeste is something special. It's something that I think everyone should play, and I think what's great about it is that it's not elitist in its difficulty.
Oh no,
it's like if you really aren't feeling the difficulty, even if it's just for one level, you can tune it down.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And look, I'd recommend that, because even if you're not a platforming fan, you have the ability, for example, to slow down the game. So if the timing is what's screwing you, slow the game down by
or just
10, 20, 30, 40%. Or if you couldn't give a shit about finishing the challenge, you can make yourself invulnerable, give yourself infinite jumps.
Because it doesn't take away from the message of the game.
No.
The message from the game is like, it's such a clever way to approach, like you said, depression and anxiety.
And the Farewell DLC also wraps up some bits in the story as well. It's really good.
Madeline's story.
Yeah. Oh, I love it so much.
I've listened to the soundtrack from Farewell. We got a whole new soundtrack for it, which is great. But yeah, I need to play it.
Yeah.
What a game.
So that's my number one for this year. Came out 2018, but I only played it this year, and damn, what a game.
It's still probably one of the best of this gen. No doubt. Yeah.
I'm dying to know what they're going to work on next. I don't think it'll be
it won't be another Celeste, I don't think. But Matt Wilson
still,
loves making interesting things.
Yeah.
My number one's Outer Wilds.
Outer Wilds.
Shocker.
I knew it. I need to play this game.
I've spoken about this game so many times. I don't think I need to reiterate a lot. But
Shock.
The reason this game is number one for me is just because it did things I haven't seen in another game before. Yes, it adapts things from like Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask with its time loop and stuff, but it does fascinating things with exploration and progression, where it's like there is no set objective you need to reach for progression. Your progression is spurred on simply by your curiosity.
Yeah.
And it's like you keep a logbook of the things you found, and that opens up questions like, okay, wait, if I found this, then how does it influence that?
Yeah.
And then you just like, well, let me go see.
Oh boy,
and then
you do it.
You find something else. You piece together this incredible story that culminates like so beautifully. Like again, also just this really clever idea of like purpose and the meaning of existence and stuff like that. I would love to watch a breakdown of the design of this game, because it just blows my mind that it has all these little systems working with one another in such a tight way.
How long is
it's
the game?
phenomenal.
Like, give or take
15, 20 hours, around about
so
there.
it's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean, it all depends
substantial.
on how quickly you piece things together. And I do agree that it can, especially in the last few hours, get frustrating, because I think you get a sense of where it's going, but you still have to adhere to the time loop. But I think it's 100% worth it. And it's such a chilled out game that you can pick it up in short spurts and still make progress. It doesn't demand any like really complex gameplay. It's more like, can you fly a ship and can you walk around?
I can't fly a
It's
ship.
not
Holy
like
shit.
intense platforming. It's not intense anything. It's good.
That's good.
Such a
I
great
need to
game.
play it. So
Such a great game. I
one
think
day
you'll
I'll put it on my list.
definitely enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. Outer Wilds, not Outer Worlds, to be
Not
clear.
Outer Worlds. No, I played that as well, but that's
Nah.
not on my top 10. No. Yeah.
So that's our top 10. Mine numbered, yours not, because you suck.
Mine not, yeah. The only one numbered for me is Outer Wilds. 'cause
Number
that game
one and
is
everything
fucking
else.
phenomenal. Yeah.
It's been a good year.
That's been good. I'd like to hear what other people, if you've got a list of your top 10 or top 5 or whatever, send it through. I'd love to
Tell us what
read through them or respond on Twitter. Or,
It doesn't have to, look, my top 10, I have games that didn't come out this year.
yeah, make your
Just
own.
tell us what are the top 10 games you played this year.
Exactly.
Even if 10's too much, do your top 5.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own taste. Next year, though, holy shit.
Yeah, next year's first 4 months are
And
mental.
you know what? That stuff does seem like top 10 material from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Final Fantasy VII Remake. We've got Cyberpunk. We've got Resident Evil 3 Remake. We've got Ori is like
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
my top 10
We've
material.
got Doom Eternal.
So
We've
much.
got,
It's a bunch. There's 6 or 7.
there was Watch Dogs, but that got delayed.
They're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, got Last of Us in May.
That's The Last of Us 2.
Yeah,
I mean, that already is arguably a top 5 for next year.
yeah.
Phew, it's going to be wild.
And then you've even later in the year, you've got like
Next-
Ghost of Tsushima.
We've got next-gen stuff coming.
Yeah, next gen stuff. You got that weird Avengers game that I'm very curious to see how that works.
Avengers game could be the Death Stranding of next year. Or you think it's going to be...
Yeah,
But maybe it's really good. I don't know.
Maybe
We'll see.
Sony announces Bloodborne 2 with PS5. Fast. I'd be so there.
No, they're doing Elden Ring.
So there.
Elden Ring is from Soft next game.
I'll be there on day one. You have no
Horizon
idea.
Zero Dawn 2 will be the announced game.
I 100% think so. I think that's a launch game.
And Bloodborne 2.
I think Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is 100% a launch game. It's been enough time. It seems like the marquee title to kind of
Where did they show the Elden Ring initially?
at Microsoft's conference.
Was it a...
Yeah.
I was going to say,
Not a
imagine
PS exclusive.
imagine that's the next PS exclusive.
No. Everyone thought it was an Xbox exclusive. That'd be something.
God.
But it's not. Yeah.
As long as it's on PC.
I think it is, yeah. Well,
boy.
Microsoft and PC, they
No,
don't
that's what I'm saying,
differentiate. Yeah.
God damn. So
But
that's
yeah,
it.
it's been a great
It's been
2019.
a wild year.
Um,
Thanks for listening.
thanks for
boss.
hanging around the whole of 2019 with us. We'll be back. I don't know if we'll be back first week of Jan. We haven't discussed, but
No,
we'll definitely
we'll
be back
see.
in Jan. Matty will update Twitter and let everyone know.
All of the platforms.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, if you've been listening to us, it's been a great year for us.
We've had fun.
We thank everyone for following us.
I'd like to thank
on
my
this
mom
journey. Thank you,
and
Mom.
everyone.
Yeah, your cats.
Lupin and Luna, you guys have been here the whole way.
Yeah, we'll be back in 2020 for Matty's terrible jokes.
Oh, yes. See you next year. My 2020 vision.
Get out of here.
It's my house. You get out.
Bye.
Bye.